Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, we are reviewing the KFX Kawasaki 450R ATV today. This thing is a beast. Let me show you what we got. Here it is, 2008 Kawasaki KFX450R ATV. And like I said, this thing is a monster. Tons of power, great torque, lots of custom parts, performance upgrades, and as you can see, a custom vinyl wrap. Look at that. So let's dig into some of the performance upgrades that we've done. To start things off, we've got a full exhaust Yoshimura, head to toe. While we're on this side, you can see that we've changed out the stock coolant hoses for that red, sort of match the color scheme we got going on here. Underneath the seat, we've got a few upgrades as well. We've got our Lexi Tuner. And then if you look down here, we've got our intake. We had the air box removed and we put on that intake to allow better airflow. That is a K&N air filter. The next cool upgrades we kind of did, more low key, but man, these things are incredible. See the battery there? That is not the stock battery that came with this. That is an anti-gravity battery. It is lithium ion, and it is about a quarter of the weight, if not less, than the stock lead acid battery that came with this machine. These things are incredible. Lithium ion batteries are the way to go. If you don't have one in your machine, you need to get one. They are amazing for weight reduction, cranking amps, and longevity. Spend the extra money and go with a lithium ion battery. It'll be worth it, I promise. You can see that the front bumper here is not the stock bumper. This is a Tusk bumper that we purchased from Rocky Mountain ATV here in Payson, Utah. And it didn't originally come white and red. We actually had that custom painted as well. Initially, we were gonna have this ATV fixed up and made handy capable for a good friend of ours. His name is Miguel. He's also known as Life Wheels. He's the founder of Reckless Lifestyle. We wanna get him into something different. A little bit more support, harness, maybe a steering wheel. We've got a lot better ideas to come with that, so stay tuned. We wanted to make this street legal, so we added lots of lights, as I'll show you here. We've got pods in between the bumper. We've got an HID kit in the main headlights for a little contrasting fun. We put some badass Demon Eye LED red lights around the housing there. So at night, you've got a beautiful red ring. We also put the LED pods up on the handlebars. The reason for this was if we're out on the street at night riding, when you go to turn, you can see where you're going. When we first got the ATV, it didn't have the boot buckets or the rear fenders. And so we purchased all the bracketing for the boot buckets because safety first, guys. If you're not familiar with ATVs, if you ever happen to be off-roading or at the dunes and your foot slips off from the foot peg backwards without a boot bucket, that rear wheel is just dying to eat your foot up and send it backwards. And it rips you right off the seat and right underneath your ATV. Not something you necessarily want to have happen to you. So, like I said, safety first. We made sure we had our boot buckets installed before we did any major riding. We also installed a new chain, and we alternated between a 13-tooth front sprocket and a 14. One being more for street, that way you could have the long top end gear or a little bit longer top end gear. And then the other one, when you're off-roading, you have lots of torque at the bottom end. We also upgraded the rear brakes. The rear brakes are starting to wear down, as you can see in the pictures here. And we threw in some galfers I personally love Galfers. EVC is also way up there. Of course, as the years go by, you always gotta make sure you're staying up on your fluids. So we've cleared out and given the ATV fresh fluid in the rear brake, front brake as well. And thankfully, we don't have to worry about hydraulic fluid. We just have a cable clutch. One other thing that we took advantage of when we did the radiator hoses, we had to drain all the old fluid out. We gave the engine a great flush, nice clean start, and we added in engine ice. Engine ice with a little bit of purple ice to make sure that the motor runs as cool as possible. This is super crucial when you're out riding in the sand dunes or in the mountains during the summer because it gets hot. The colder your machine stays, the better your machine will perform. So we made sure to put engine ice and a little bit of purple ice in there. Let's see, what else have we done with this? Oh yeah. You might be able to see here that we've got a few toys around the garage. But today, boom, we are reviewing that bad boy. One thing to note about that vinyl wrap, Miguel, when we first thought that we were gonna get him riding this thing, wanted to do a custom paint job. And with plastics being rather expensive and us trying to keep our budget a little bit lower, Miguel felt that he wanted to give wrap a try. This being his first attempt ever, he did an amazing job. I give him credit because this is just astounding. It's cool, it's creative, it's different. Like, how you don't see that kind of wrap on any other ATV out there. This is a one-of-a-kind machine. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Let's get this good side going. All right, guys, I think that does it for me today. Until next time, don't forget, it's a lifestyle. I almost forgot one of the coolest features that I personally love. This feature has come in handy more times than I can count. And that feature is that little guy right there. If you're not familiar with what that is, that, my friends, is a reverse light. Yes, this thing has reverse, and it is freaking awesome. I love it. Oh yeah. Back it up. Back it up. Oh yeah. Backing it up. What? I freaking love it. It's silly.